But see, y'all wouldn't know nothing about that shit. Ain't shit cool about jail, nigga.
Ain't nothing cool
I've been here 10 years, and I ain't never getting out.
Never.
I ain't do much, just kill somebody. It ain't like the nigga ain't have it coming.
He sure did.
See, y'all think it's just about us in here, but this is about an oppressive, fucked up system designed to keep niggas down and shit. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. What about you, little nigga? You know about that?
Yes.
Oh, you know about that? Tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you think about that.
The prison industrial complex is a system situated at the intersection of government and private interests. It uses prisons as a solution to social, political, and economic problems. It includes human rights violations, the death penalty, slave labor, policing, courts, the media, political prisoners, and the elimination of dissent.
Nigga, did you just say what I was trying to say, but smarter? I like this little nigga, but you left one thing out, little nigga. Show of hands, how many people ever raped a man?
Pause.
Uh-huh. How many people ever been raped by a man?
Pause again.
All up, 100%. You can't get no higher than that, nigga. You step in here, you get raped. Right up the motherfucking brown eye, baby. I raped a few niggas myself. I ain't really enjoy it. Not that much. Shit felt good to the motherfucker, though. I ain't let that nigga kiss me or nothing, but I did tear that motherfucking ass out, nigga. I ain't gonna lie about it. But that's what the man's oppressive system did to me.
Now me, I'm more of a romantic type. I'll still rape you, but I'll definitely stroke your head lovingly while I do it. See, because I want you to like it. Now, you don't have to like it, but I... Sorry, I was distracted by that fine motherfucker right there. What's your name, fine motherfucker?
What's your name? Don't think that's,
Tom.
Okay, now let's talk about Tom. Tom is the type of nigga that gives us wet dreams up in here.
Makes my
medium
balls
brown, soft features, tall and in shape, but still soft and squishy.
Now, I like to put the jelly inside my ass. Then put some of this peanut butter on top of it. I call it a peanut butter jelly and asshole sandwich. But Tom here will be calling it lunch.
Yeah, nigga. You know what the system does when you come to prison? They strip you. They strip you mentally, emotionally, and they strip you naked, butt-ass naked. The fuck is you looking at, nigga? Punch you right in your motherfucking temple, nigga. Give me your motherfucking clothes.
You're supposed to be scaring the kids.
I said, give me your motherfucking clothes. Start with your shoes, nigga. Hurry up. You need some help?
I got it. Now you see this, kids? You really don't want this to happen to you.
USPs are run more by the gangs than they are by the correctional staff. These places are known and notorious for extreme and terroristic amounts of violence. And there are a lot of assaults, stabbings, rapes, and murders in every single USP every single year.
Inmates in California are running amok.
I had to go in there and be the most violent so I can be able to survive.
The USPs are absolutely infested with gang members. The USPs are a bloody, absolute nightmare-scape of what prison is, and that's where Antifa is going to go. They are going to land there, and they're already going to have targets all across their backs. I spoke today with one of my friends who just left a USP less than a month ago, and he told me that he's run into several Antifa members while at USPs, and the things that happened to them were absolutely vile, disgusting, and well-deserved. One individual was stabbed in the neck multiple times and then thrown off of the second floor where he broke his spine.
Start stabbing him in the throat. He almost got decapitated by the cane. It's a miracle he didn't die.
Another individual was beaten by multiple men to the point of having to being taken off of the yard on a helicopter to an outside hospital because they did not know whether or not he was going to make it. Once they had him on the ground, they stomped him with their boots until he was barely recognizable as a human being. And the third had some really atrocious things done to him with a broken broom handle. These places are serious as a heart attack. And let me explain to you why Antifa is gonna have a target on their back. First and foremost, they are antithetical to what a lot of these gangs and organizations stand for. Some of these gangs, these white supremacist organizations, they look up to Hitler. There's no other way to say it. They like Nazis, they like Hitler. Another thing is that even the people who aren't white supremacists in federal prisons are Donald Trump fans. That's right, there are people in prison that are patriotic, and there are a lot of them that lean to the right, especially after Donald Trump pushed through the First Step Act, which reduced sentences for a lot of the federal inmates who had unfair sentences that were technically illegal and went against the sentencing guidelines. A lot of people went home. There are a lot of people on the streets right now that were serving extensive sentences in federal prisons who got out because Donald Trump showed compassion and righted a wrong that had been done a long time ago. And there are a lot more in there, way more, who got years shaved off of their sentences, and now they finally, for the first time in their life, have hope. So the fact that these Antifa people want to chant death to America, death to Donald Trump, is absolutely going to make them these people's ops. The other thing is, and I don't know how to word this carefully and kindly, there are no safe spaces in prison, homeboy. If you go in there and you are a loudmouthed trans individual who wants to talk about your trans rights, they're just gonna fuck you up, dog. Like, you can go in there and you can exist as long as you're not being like forcible about it, but the entitlement, the air of entitlement, the air of wanting to push their belief system on others, they're already expecting that from these people. These people do not make it on a main line. And the way that you get off of a main line and actually make it to a protective custody in a federal setting is through extreme and brutal violence. These people are going to be victims.
First day at Snake, I saw a dude bleed out on the yard, bro. Stabbed repeatedly in the armpit. There was this little gay kid and they were trying to extort him. He was there for like killing both of his parents, right? And he was very flamboyant. They kept messing with him. And this dude and two of his homeboys come up and he's, in kid's face with the finger telling him he's gonna pay him. And the kid goes, oh, okay. And he puts his left hand up and I'm like, it's weird. And the dude shakes his left hand, wrenches his arm up and starts sticking him in the armpit. Yeah. There's an artery in there that bleeds out so fast, bro. And that dude was dead before the medical get him off the yard. Damn. And by the time we were able to, look up and walk back to our units, there's just this trail of blood, bro.
Now, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be real. Some of these trans individuals are gonna be victims in more ways than one. There are a lot of people in there that do not like the whole trans lifestyle, the LGBTQ ideology, but there's some people who are doing life. And if you walk in there with a set of titties, they're gonna wanna fuck. And if you don't wanna fuck, that's gonna be your problem, not theirs. Because they're probably gonna fuck anyway. That is a harsh reality in prison. I wouldn't do any of this shit. I'm just telling you guys what it is when you are in a maximum security prison setting.
In prison, gangs run everything. The cops don't care. They're there to collect a paycheck.
Now, I did my time in a maximum security prison here on the West Coast, and there were rules of engagement. The gangs ran OSP, so there were certain things you could or couldn't do. If you are in California, Oregon, or Washington, dudes that are white dudes that are on good charges don't get raped. At the USPs, things run just a little bit different.
Prison in and of itself can be overwhelming. You walk into just absolute chaos. Everybody outside of those walls no longer exists. It makes good people bad and bad people worse.
Also, the majority of people are going to assume that if you go into a prison, a federal prison as Antifa, they're already going to assume that you are some type of sexual deviant. Whether that be a rapist, a pedophile, a beastophile, is that what you call an animal abuser who does sex stuff to dogs and cats? I don't know. A furry, I don't know what it is, bro. They're gonna hate you. They're gonna assume you're on some bad shit, whether it says that on your paperwork or not. It is going to be one of those things. They are going to assume the absolute worst of these people. These people are going to be treated on the same level as a pedophile or a rapist or somebody who's done dastardly deeds with some sort of canine. At the end of the day, going to a maximum security federal penitentiary is never going to be easy. It is always going to be a brutal and violent survival experience. But if you go in there with a domestic terrorist charge from a group that hates Nazis, that hates Donald Trump, that supports the LGBTQ, that acts super, super liberal and communist, you are going to be double Kentucky Fried fucked, bro. I would rather eat dirty dog shit and die twice than catch a 20 to 30 year sentence for some sort of domestic terrorism related shit and go into a USP and being labeled as Antifa. I'm gonna be real with you guys, man. I would probably Epstein myself. I would hang it up, man. I would call it quits. And that might be the best bet for some of these creatures if they're going in there. And they're going to go in there. Right now, the FBI is looking into their structure, their leadership, their hierarchy. They are tracking their communications. They are running them down like dogs in the street, and these people don't even know that it's coming yet. The feds aren't gonna let you know that they're coming until they are knocking in your door and disabling you with a flashbang or a percussion grenade. You are gonna wake up on the floor in a puddle of your own piss, already handcuffed with a headache, barely able to hear or see, and then the rest of your life is at their disposal. And the feds have a 98.2% conviction rate. When they want you, they're gonna get you, especially when it comes to something that they have labeled as a matter of national security. Do you understand that these people are fucking with terrorism charges just for identifying themselves as Antifa? Just for associating with them. The two easiest charges that you're gonna be able to get that are gonna ruin your life are a federal RICO charge or a conspiracy charge. All that they have to prove is that you knew that crimes were happening and you didn't make necessary and reasonable steps to report those crimes. So as they dismantle this domestic and foreign terrorist organization, you are going to see mass arrests. And as you see them go into prison, there's going to be casualties. There's going to be reports of these people having to be flown out to outside hospitals. It is going to be an absolute bloodbath. And I, for one, after seeing what they have done to the streets of Portland, to the streets of Los Angeles, to the streets of Seattle, cannot fucking wait.
Froggy Fresh 2012. Yeah. We back up in this. Y'all already know. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I light your fart on fire with my rhymes. You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. I made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. I have 400 cars. I have 400 scars and 400 guitars. I have 400 houses. I have 400 mouses and 400 houses. Bet you I can dance better than you. I bet you don't know 2 + 2. It's 4, it's 4. Now go and shut the door, cause nobody wants to see your face no more. I'm tough as nails, you're slower than a snail. I beat up every single person in jail. I dare you to try and punch me. My face is so hard you'll say, ouch, you crunched me. I fought 2 lions and 1. And I don't even carry a gun, but I never run. But I never run. But I never run. But I never run. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. Froggy Fresh. I already told you back up in this. 2012 to infinity. Get out of here. Peace.